everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now we are going to understand the cross region replication. How do you do the cross region replication? Here I have basically S3 buckets, okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the S3 bucket in the US East 1 region, which will be my source, okay. And then in US region East 2, into your region, I'll make it as the destination region. So first, let me create the buckets. So let's create the bucket. I'll just use demo CRR. This is my source bucket. Put US1. Keep it like this. Now I keep everything as it is. I just create the bucket, nothing else. I go to US East 2 region. Here you might be seeing that okay, I'm in US East 2, right? But still I see all my buckets because in S3 basically the name that you provide it's like global unique names, right? And it also provides this region column. Here you can easily distinguish. Now what I'm going to do is going to create a destination. Here a destination, and this is US 2 region. So let me do that, and once I create the bucket. Okay. So our first thing is done for cross region replication. Now the important point in the cross region replication, basically from this source to this destination, which are different regions. Okay. Just note that these are two different regions. They are not the same region. So if you want to do the replication, the important prerequisite is that both the bucket should be versioned. Okay. So how do you enable the versioning? So at the time of creation also you can do that. But then suppose if you have missed it, so there is an option in the buckets properties. Okay. In the properties, you go to bucket versioning. Here you will find this option. So now you enable the version. So here I have enabled in the source bucket. I'll do the same in the destination bucket. So it is required in both the cases, source and destination, both the places. Okay. Now we have completed the important prerequisite which was required. What I will do is basically I want to replicate from my source to destination, right? So I need to go to management. Okay. So this is again one of the tabs here. Inside the bucket, if you select the bucket and inside the bucket you will have all these options. Then you can go inside management. Here you will see a lot of options. As you go down, here you will see replication rules. So here you can create the replication rule. We'll create the one replication rule. Okay. Source to destination. So whether the rule will be enabled or disabled when created. It will be enabled. This is my source bucket. The region is US East 1. And how do you want to limit it, right? Do you want to limit the scope of the rule using one or more filters? So you can provide the prefix. Say in the bucket there are like 100 or 200 folders, right? But you just want to do replication for say 3 or 4 folders. So you can provide the prefix here. So that's the advantage that you get. But for us, we'll just keep apply to all objects for now. Now there are two options, right? When we do replication, there is cross-region replication within the same account, cross-region replication in the another account. For this, we'll do separate video, but in this, we are just focusing on the cross-region replication within the same account. Now, if I do the browse S3, I can see the destination bucket. Now this is fine. It also needs IAM role. So just note that when you are doing replication, you need either you create your own role and provide all the required permissions and or let AWS do it. See why this role is required? This role is required since when the replication happens, right, internally, AWS will do all its operation of copying and whatever stuff that it does internally. For that, it will assume some roles. So it is like any service, right, or any application which is running behind the scenes. So it will assume the roles from your account, okay, for that period of time when it is doing the replication. So that is why it needs that. Just note this very important point. Then encryption and everything and destination storage class, I can change it. Uh, so basically, if you want to change from your standard to IA, etc., you can change that also. There are a lot of options like here it is standard, maybe you can make it IA there or something like that. So that is up to you. Now this is another important point, delete marker replication. Say suppose because it is version, right? When we version, the object is not deleted actually, it is marked as deleted. Okay, it's like a soft delete kind of thing you could say when it is version. So that's the thing with the delete marker. So do you want the delete marker replication to go to the destination bucket or not? So that's the whole thing. This is the important point. We will see that how the delete marker will also get replicated. It will also get replicated. The other thing is replica modification sync. This is another important, interesting property. See from the destination property. Say suppose I have uploaded something here, and in the destination the same thing is replicated. Correct. Now there are like tags and other metadata and things like that, stuff like that. If I change something in the destination bucket, then there will be a reverse flow. Basically, only the metadata changes will come from the destination to the source. Okay, so just know that only for the metadata, nothing else. And that too, when you enable this property replica modification, just keep that in mind. We'll just save it. See, now it is asking, do you want to replicate the existing object? Say, suppose my bucket was having previously it was having a lot of objects, right? So, do you want to do it from the start? That is, existing object should also get replicated, or do you want to replicate it from the current time? So, whenever a new upload or anything happens, only during that time do you want that to happen. So, basically, do not replicate existing objects. So, existing objects will not get replicated. So that's what, because my bucket is empty, so I can go with the option. But suppose in production cases or somewhere where you feel that you need existing objects also should get replicated. So this is one of the options that we get. So now I'll just do the submit. And as you can see here, my rule is created. So destination bucket name, the region name. See, the region name is US East 2. So this is cross region. And once this is done, here you will find this replication job, right? So this is for that same thing that we discussed. Do you want to replicate the existing objects? Say suppose uh, I have not enabled it here, but then I want to run it once. So if I run it once, it uses S3 batch, basically S3 batch operations to actually copy the existing object from the source to the destination. I'm not going to run anything as far as this is a one-time job that you can run. And replication rule is it's a continuously running replication that will happen. So let's start. Okay, what I will do is I will load a folder actually. I'll upload this folder, and this is my source bucket. Okay, so once I upload, as you can see, all these uh, files are uploaded. I'll also show one more thing. It is interesting. So once you click on one of the objects, okay, you click on the object, and here you will see the application status as well. What is the application status right now? I'll just refresh this once. It is showing completed. So if I go to my destination and if I do a refresh, my all the objects are replicated. See here, it was empty, but now since I did anything, basically uploaded 4 files, the same got reflected here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo the delete also. Let's do that. If I do a delete, or this delete is done. The wrong bucket. Let me be in the source itself. I have deleted the how2.jpg. Here it is not visible. But in case of versioning, see what happens with versioning, it is not going to permanently delete. Just keep that in mind. It is just going to mark it as delete. So it's a delete marker. See, now if I do show versions, it clearly shows that it's a delete marker. It's a type of delete marker. Okay, now what will happen, because see, in my replication rule, if you remember, we had actually allowed delete marker also to get replicated. So our destination also should show this. Let's see this. See, it is not showing this one. Now my delete marker will also get copied, as you can see. And if you don't pass the delete marker, then that object, you won't see that version. So that's the thing with the delete marker. And this is how you copy actually and replicate basically in the cross region replication. There is one more thing. Let's try this out. Okay. Uh, One more thing that please note that say suppose if I delete or upload something here in the destination, right? It won't be reflected in the source bucket. And what are the use cases that you would be doing this? This is basically for your archival, or you could say for your backups. In that case, it depends. In case to case, do you want? How do you want to actually do that backup, or you want to create a replica of the, so that in case some issue occurs, right, in one of the regions, then you can just actually use this data. That's the cross region replication demo. Another important few things, like say suppose if I, what happens if I delete this bucket, right? What will happen in that case, right? So that's another point that we can think of. If I go to this demo destination bucket, okay, if I select this, I will first empty it. If I delete anything here, there is no effect on the source. Just keep that in mind. Only metadata changes only if you are enabling the replication modification sync. Just keep that in mind. Now I am going to delete this bucket. Now my destination bucket is deleted. My destination bucket is deleted. Okay, but let's see the impact of that in the source bucket. What do you think? What will happen here in the replication rules? Will it get deleted? No. As you can see, there is no impact. It is not aware and it is not going to touch this. So what is going to happen basically when you are trying to do a upload? Now what I'm going to do is just let me do a refresh. Okay, now we are good here. I will also upload one more file here and we will see what happens. This is a cat112.jpg. So this file is uploaded successfully in my source, but there is also a replication rule, right, which is active. What will happen here? Let's see that. See, it is showing failed. So this is the status, and this is where you can see that it has failed. So when it is going to run the replication rule, at that time it will fail. Now suppose, just imagine what I do is I come here and I create the same destination bucket again. Basically, point is that AWS will not do it automatically. So you have to take care of the replication rule, etc. manually. AWS is not going to understand or trying to figure out. It will not try to figure out that okay if it is active or not. Okay, now it is showing the destination region is unknown when the first time replication rule was ran. Okay. Now see what happens here. CRR demo, CRR destination 2. I will just see the name is same. That's the whole idea here. Okay. So I'm just recreating the bucket. Okay. The same bucket. I'll enable the versioning also. I'm just enabling the versioning. Okay. So what do you think? Will my failed object basically this cat 1112 had failed, right? So do you think that it will be retried? No, it will not be retried. Just keep that in mind. It will not be retried. You have to actually run the bad job and then You have to create the bad job and then push your data into the destination bucket. Now see, now suppose if I do another upload is.js. Let's see. Now this is uploaded, and if I check the status of test.js, showing pending. That means now it has understood that okay, the destination bucket is existing now. If I go to management, and in the management here, now it is able to identify the bucket as well. And if I go to the bucket here, test.js for replication. So replication was initiated, reinitiated again. Okay, so that is how it is working. And this is all about the cross region replication within the same account. Just keep that in mind. Within the different account, we will have to do some resource based policies. I think other apart from that, it will be the same. We'll have a separate video for that. Thank you so much. Have a good day.